Ethan, I saw something on the social media the other day, and I thought, gee, Ethan and Michael must have had a real argument for you to pick an opponent like that for him. He's a serious opponent.
Yeah. Well, Michael deserves a good challenge, man. Like he just won King of the Ring. A lot of the former King of the Ring champs get a chance to fight for a world title, and if you're going to fight for a world title, I believe you should be fighting, the best opposition that you can find. And I scouted everywhere, and this dude popped up. So I was like, let's do a Cambodia versus New Zealand one. I don't think there's been a Cambodia versus New Zealand world title in New Zealand before. I don't know, man. I don't think so. So I like doing first.
What I really thought when I saw that, it took me back to the old days when we used to bring the top ties and the cauldron guys fighting Jason Suddy, all those, and Chopper up against all the best.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think back, same as you. When was a fighter of that calibre over here in New Zealand fighting for a world title?
Yeah. So it's exciting, man. And Michael's up for it. He's started his camp now, and we're looking forward to the challenge, man. So it's going to be good.
Just tell the viewers the man that we're talking about from Cambodia.
So his name's Tahn Makara. I think he's had like 121 fights, 103 wins or something. 65 KOs or something ridiculous like that. But he's fought on all the big stadiums in Cambodia. He's fought in Thailand, and he's a real deal, man. So there's probably more fights on YouTube of him than what Michael's had his whole career. So he's legit. But I'm confident Michael can beat him, man. I wouldn't put Michael in a fight that I don't think he can win. It's going to be tough. It's going to be his toughest test yet, but I reckon he can get the job done, man. So. I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be cool.
He's not the first top class fighter you've brought over.
Yeah, well, they fight for world titles, Tony. You got to fight against someone from around the world. Yeah, that's my theory on things anyway. And that's how I like to promote my boys, man. We do it the whole process, man. They start with the North Island, and they go to New Zealand, and they get South Pacific, and then they get Commonwealth. And then they fight for a world title, and I try to, bring the best guys that we can. And, fortunately over the years I've got contacts with different people that I've, brought over to my Aussie shows and all that kind of thing. And you ring around and they're out there, man, those little golden nuggets are there. And they're excited to come to New Zealand as well. This kid's wrapped, man. Like, he's a young, hungry Cambodian fighter that's, probably never been to New Zealand or Australia or anything like that, and to come all the way over here, like, they're frothing at the bit, So I like doing stuff like that too, for these kids. They don't get out of their country very often. They go to Thailand because it's close, but to come all the way over here, it's a big deal for them. So I like to give that experience to them too, and I'm looking forward to. You build those relationships, man, over the years, and this will be another cool one, and who knows, we might get a return favour. Get to fight back over there, so that'd be an exciting.
Because you've been around the world with your fighters, and on the big shows. Tell us a little bit about some of your trips.
Oh, they're brutal, man. They're brutal. Like, I won't lie. Like, it's not all what you think it's gonna be. Like, as a trainer, you're like, oh man, we want to get on those big shows and all that. You get there, man. It's another level there, Tony. And sometimes your boy, gets a hiding, and you spend the night in hospital, and you got to make sure, as a trainer, man. Like, I've learned over the years that sometimes we're not ready yet. And I've taken fights probably at times when we've rolled the dice and thought, stuff it, man. We're going to go to America, or we're going to go there. We're going to go to Burma and do all this crazy shit, and it's all exciting and stuff, but then you get there and you're like, whoa, like, you learn a lot from those trips to sort of know where you are on the pecking order, so to speak. So I don't get too excited about those trips anymore, man, for like my B class guys. Like, if I'm going to go and take on those glory type fights and all that kind of shit, lion fight and everything, like, I'm making sure that my boys are they've done the work and they've been tested in New Zealand against quality opposition before we're going over there, man. Because it's not nice seeing your boys when you chuck them in there and, you know, you're like, holy shit, like this dude's probably a bit too good for my boy, you know. And then you spend the night in the hospital and it's not nice, you know. And most of the times, man, let's be fair, like the international promoters, they don't bring you over to win. You know, they're looking for tough kids that are going to put up a fight for a while. And yeah, I'm not doing that shit no more, man. You know, we're going to go over and win. You know, we're going to be doing our best bet. We're not just making up the numbers anymore. You know, so yeah, you learn some lessons in this game over the years, man. And I've learned my lessons. That's for damn sure.
You've had a lot of good fighters over the years, and you trained in New Zealand and Australia. In New Zealand, probably your best fighters, Alexi Serapisos, Quade Taranaki, Carlos Hick, and now you've got Michael coming along behind. Is there any comparison, or is there something that stands out that he does different to the others?
Well, it's like comparing your kids, man. You know, like one's a troubled one, one's that one, one's that one. I don't know, but yeah, they're all very talented. All right, okay, they've all got that something special, that work ethic. You know, like Michael's called the machine for a reason. You know, like he's always been that hard-working dude. We have some fun still in the gym, you know, with the boys coming back, and now they still touch him up a little bit. Michael, you know, touches Quade up these days, and it's a good little rivalry. But yeah, as far as comparing, man, I don't know. Like he's getting there, you know. He's ready for this now, you know. Like he grew after King of the Ring. They grow an extra arm, you know. Like seriously, you win that tournament, and you're a bigger, better, stronger human, yeah? Like something happens to them. It gives them a new belief, a new confidence, and you can't explain it, you know? Like he's walking different now, he's dressing different now, you know, he's getting more people coming up to him and shaking his hand, and he's a real shy, humble kid. And for me, you know, like I only just went to the fights the other weekend, right? And I used to walk into the room with Michael and no one really knew who he was. You walk in now to one of the biggest shows and everyone knows who Michael Isaac is, you know, and he's just starting to deal with that, you know, and he's coming into learning conversational skills and owning being the king, you know, and that for me is beautiful to watch, that transition from boys to men, so to speak, you know. So as far as him and the other boys go, it's hard to compare because they're there, you know, they've already had that little transition, whereas Michael's just coming up. But skills-wise, he can match up with anybody in the world, man, you know. So, yeah, let's see what a world title does for him, you know, and then he'll be strutting and probably dressing a little bit even more fancy, you know. So, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm very lucky to be that I've had, you know, that group of boys rock up at my doorstep, mate, and they're still there now and still helping out him and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I feel like I tell you this all the time, man, like I feel like a proud dad with these kids, you know, like I'm very lucky.
When do tickets go on sale?
Well, I'm just waiting on my mate to sort the tickets out any day now, man. You know, I think I put on the internet like the 5th or the 6th or something of October, so yeah, there's a few shows coming up in Hamilton, man, like Claudia and Dale got a big show in a few weeks at Cauldron's, and I'll just hold off, you know, out of respect to them, pumping this show up too much until they've done their one, and then we'll, you know, 4-week build up. I think we'll be all right. So,
yeah. Anybody that knows anything about the fight game will, and they know about Michael already, and to see a world class opposition come over, I don't think you'll have any trouble with tickets.
Well, we'll see, man. You never take it for granted, Tony. You know, I'll just do the best show I can do, and yeah, hopefully the people will come.
Cool. I'm sure they will. Thanks, mate.
No worries, man. Thanks for coming down again.